Did you ever get stuck with time zones in Make.com workflow automation? If you do, you're not alone. In this video, we're going to demystify the time zones, timestamps in Make.com and see how you can work and fix them and format them the way you like it. If you search YouTube for the time zone and for Make.com, you'll find a lot of YouTube videos, including like an old videos from our friend Yanis. He was explaining how you can actually solve the problem. Again, that was about a year ago, and in some cases it required making external API calls. It was kind of a complicated. So in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is actually to format the time zones and timestamps now in the end of 2025, and that can solve all these problems. If you don't know me, my name is Alex. I'm a founder of frontdesk.net, which is the front desk AI automation agency. We help our customers to automate all their business workflows, voice automation, and for front desk and also for any other business workflows that you have. So that was a year ago. So let's look at what we're trying to do. So in this case, we're going to look at a very simple workflow that we have with Make.com. And here at the beginning, we have a webhook. And the webhook is basically where the data is coming from. In our case, we're using VAPI voice agent. So when somebody calls the phone number, talks to the voice AI agent, at the end of the phone call, VAPI sends all the data to Make.com. And once the data is received, you can format this data and save it, for example, to the Google spreadsheet. And to do this, the simplest thing is you can do, for example, this is all the data that comes in from VAPI voice agents at the end of the call. Let's say we had a call, and the call was started or created at a certain time. Right? If you look within the Make.com web interface, it will show the data formatted correctly like this, which is very easy to read. And the reason for that is because Make.com browser application knows your local time zone and your preferences in the Make.com app. But if you send this data to Google spreadsheet would not know what time zone are you in. So the Google might have a problem receiving and formatting your data to what you want it to be. So let's kind of zoom into this a little bit. Again, this is our workflow. If you just pass the timestamp, you will get it like this, with the little Z at the end. This is what you don't want your customers to see because they would not understand what does it mean. This means universal time zone or Zulu time, so-called. And this is pretty much another way to think of it as a GMT time or Greenwich Mean Time. So it's basically time in London. Right, and if you like in the United States or any other country, that timestamp would not much make sense to you because it's in the middle, like for example, 1:13 a.m. Doesn't really make sense to you. What actually happens, this is the local time zone, for example, in the Pacific time zone in the United States, and you want this to show to your customers, not that. So this is what we're gonna deal with. This we're gonna solve this video, right? So this is what we're going to do. So if I go there and I look on this timestamp, you're going to get this London time zone by default. What you really want to do is to use a formatting function, and it's called formatDate. Right? If you tap formatDate here before this value you're getting from webhook, it actually tells you what do you need to do to format the date. And there's a little trick here that we have to be careful with. Even though it looks like a function, and if you kind of programming environment, programming background, you might think that you have to put the comma to separate the values, which is not the case. If you pay attention carefully, in this interface, you have to use semicolons. So you have to put this. And then, again, if you follow this example on the screen, you might type something, again, without any double quotes. You might type year, month, date, hour, and minutes. Again, if you just kind of look at these examples over here, this tells you what you need to do. And if you want it to be like in PM notations, then you have to put a, and that will work. That works fine. But again, we still did not introduce the time zone. If you click on this function description help, it actually tells you that you can put the time zone over here as the last parameter. So in our case, we want to use, again, not comma, use semicolon. We used to use, we are going to write America slash, for example, Los, okay, so we got America, Los, example, Phoenix, something like that. So if I hit enter right now, or just switch to another field. So this is now for correctly formatted. You see this formatDate is not underlined. And this is exactly the formatting that I have over here that I already used before. Again, you have to be careful with the commas, separated values, with sometimes you're getting, as you saw me, Los Angeles. And you can search for those standard time zones, but on the internet, see what value should actually go here. But again, be careful with the spaces, be careful with other things. And that's all you have to do. So if you do this notation, then if you go to your spreadsheet, Google spreadsheet, this is what you're gonna get. You get month, year, minutes, and AM, PM. And if you want to add this day of the week, then you just have to add, like I have DDD, comma. So if you do it, also you have DDD, comma, right? No double quotes, nothing here. This is just a plain text. The tricky part is if you select this and go to some kind of a text document and you paste it here. Here, it is what happens behind the scenes. So you're gonna see all this message created there, and it will be formatted here with the double quotes. So, but the good thing is this: if you just take this format, again, this is what happens behind the scene. And if you go back to your, let's suppose I kind of delete it, now just copy and paste it here. Right? The make.com browser application will format it for you to remove all these double quotes. So that's the trick you need to remember. What you see in the screen here is not exactly how it's actually stored behind the scene. And sometimes it's kind of tricky, sometimes you have to go back and forth. But generally speaking, this is all you have to do to format your data you see from the different sources, format it correctly in a Google spreadsheet or any other data source you want to send it to. So that's how you get time zones, and hopefully this will be helpful for you.